is there an instance in Toy Story where Jessie would have to die?
I don't know. Maybe she was a little annoying in the first movie, but she's really moved past that.
That's true. The bitch doesn't deserve to die.
Right. Like if we're keeping Lotso Hug-a-Bear and that gold miner alive, then why the fuck does Jessie need to die? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bimbo Book Club.
That is Bertrude, and I'm Jade.
And we are thrilled to have you join us this week for a little walk down memory lane, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Before we start our little jaunty saunter, though, what have you been up to since we last book clubbed? What's been going on in the realm?
Really nothing, I'll say. I kind of started a new part-time job, so that is really fun. Just getting used to that, getting used to my schedule. Yeah, really only that. Nothing else exciting has happened. I went to see local comedy and it wasn't bad.
Oh, hey.
It was like a little pride performance, so it was very
Oh,
like
okay.
gay. It was gay comics, so like duh. But
Duh, obviously
but
they're
gay
funnier.
comics can be bad.
Oh, yeah. Gay comics can be worse than straight comics when
They
they
can be
flop.
worse.
But okay, would you rather watch like a bad gay stand-up comic or a bad like straight
Mm.
incel stand-up comic?
Oh, bad gay.
Okay, me too.
Oh, bad gay. Yeah.
But I do think
I,
it's like a fun little character study. Like
I've
the
seen
guy
a
from
lot.
Hacks. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of bad gay comics, but I
name them.
digress.
She said, I'm looking at one right now, but I can't say that.
Two bad gay comics looking at each other.
Telling each other exactly.
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 What have you been up to?
Nothing.
Oh, fierce.
Let's see. I sent my dad a playlist of songs by Lorde because I did send him her new song. And then I was like, he could probably relate to songs that are not about doing MDMA in the back garden.
Yeah.
So I sent him a few other Lorde songs and they just bought a house. My parents just bought a house. They are
Oh,
making money moves.
congrats.
Yeah. So it's been like 4 years of them trying to
Wow.
pull this off. And they finally pulled it off. And so I've been like getting pictures, stuff like that. Once life slows down a little bit, I'm very excited to go out and see them. But it's just been like, I feel like Penelope in Criminal Minds. Like I
Mhm.
get the calls and I like help with what's going on, but I'm not like hands on. And I think
Right.
that's really where I thrive because if I get hands on, I'm going to mess something up.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I thrive being a remote worker
Mm-hmm.
because I like to do everything from a very far distance.
Yeah, I like to remove myself as much as possible from the situation.
Exactly. Exactly. So on the Lord topic for a second, speaking of
Yes.
the Lord, since we talk about the Lord every episode.
Yeah, this is
Um,
the Lord that hasn't traumatized us for
yeah,
anyone
different
wondering.
Lord. Well, has traumatized us, but in different, more
Different
cathartic ways,
ways. Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Made us better
Um,
people.
do you like the new song?
I really do. I really do.
Okay. Okay.
It is,
Interesting.
but I also like melodrama and it's very melodrama. And
Well,
I didn't,
yeah,
mhm,
that's my problem with it. I think it sounds like it should have been on melodrama, and I think it's
mhm.
just a little bit like copy paste vibe, but I respect it because I did like melodrama. So like I can't say
Yes.
like I hate the sound because it does sound like melodrama, but I do think it's very like copy paste. Boom.
Yeah. But I would take copy paste over solar power.
Okay, okay, I never listened to it fully, I don't think, like all the
Hmm.
way through top to bottom. I'm really bad about that actually. But there were some songs on Solar Power that I kind of vibed with, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of liked the vibe of it.
That's great. You're allowed to like the vibe of it. I did not. The whole time I was like, Lord, please get back on hard drugs. I can't do this weed song you're singing.
Well, I don't know if you saw Lord come out during Charlie's set at Coachella, but the drugs are back, baby.
I did not see her come out, but what was going on? Did we have pupils the size of dinner plates or something?
Yeah, absolutely. There was not a single lyric that came out of her mouth that was correct. She was like in khakis. Um,
Drugs.
khakis, drugs. Well, that's why the finance bros are always in khakis because of the drugs, the hard
Yes,
drugs
on
that
account
they're
of the
doing.
cocaine and poppers.
Exactly.
Have you heard
Exactly.
straight people have colonized poppers?
No.
Oh my god, straight boys do poppers now. Like because nicotine is not hitting as hard for them, they're doing popper. Like I've had like my straight guy frat bro friends come up to me and be like, "Yo, bro, have you ever fucking tried poppers?" I'm like, "When you were in diapers." Yeah, I've
Now
tried
that's
popcorn.
appropriation. I hate to say it.
It is a little bit because there's no acknowledgement. I think gays are pretty mad about it, but I'm like, now you know how Black Twitter feels because they're just like stealing your shit with no like credit.
You know what? I did do poppers for the first time with like straight sorority girl roommates because I thought that they were essential oils. I thought that I was smelling an essential oil,
I
and
love this story. I
they
love
said
this
they
story.
said smell it again on the other nostril, and I said, it's so quick. I don't like poppers because it's just like you get high and then you're done. Like,
Right. And like also go clean a VCR, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I think what it is the looseness in your body is what nicotine feels like when you first start like smoking cigs or ripping vapes or whatever you want to do. And so I think it's just kind of constantly trying to achieve that same feeling without having to like minimize your consumption of whatever it
Okay.
is.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
So, but yeah, I've had many like straight frat guys come up and be like, "Oh my god, dude, try these fucking poppers," and I'm like,
Wow.
"Been there, done that. See right through your funky hat."
Been there, done that, baby.
Yeah.
I will never forget. One of my friend's little sisters came to town and we took her out to the bars in WeHo.
Uh huh.
And she was like, guys, we can take her out tonight, but there is one stipulation. She does not do poppers. I look over, she's doing poppers. I said,
No, we had
no.
one rule.
Oh boy, good old days. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Fucking Twilight.
Of
Poppers
course.
before poppers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, kind of the way to make you
Mm-hmm.
feel everything and nothing at the same time and, and,
Mm.
and get your butthole really loose. Twilight.
I don't know if I would say Twilight gets my butt loose, but
Mine certainly wasn't tight watching that baseball scene. We are specifically talking about the baseball scene today for our wonderful viewers. Hi, mom. Hi, dad. Um, and we are also we're gonna venture into Team Edward and Team Jacob. I opened the Team Edward, Team Jacob door earlier this week. So it's my fault, and now I'm just doing my due diligence and
yeah,
dragging Jade along with me every step of the way,
yeah,
as most of our adventures typically start.
yeah.
So let's start high level, mama. What is
Okay,
your Twilight exposure pre this?
great question. So I, surprise, was not allowed to watch Twilight.
Same.
But my best friend, her birthday party, her like 11th or 12th birthday party was new moon themed,
Okay.
specifically because it was when new
Yeah.
moon was coming out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I like, because I wasn't allowed to, I kind of like convinced myself that I like didn't need it. So I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not into
Same.
that. Like vampires, that's disgusting.
They're mean.
They're mean. And then werewolves, ugh, hate it.
Also mean
So
and
I,
hairy.
Harry, ew.
Ew.
So I kind of like convinced myself that I didn't need it in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went to her birthday party and I was like, I kind of like this. So then I was like, okay. So I kind of sat my parents down. I said, listen, here's the reasons why I think I should be allowed to watch Twilight. And here are all the things that I know are wrong and I'm not going to copy. I'm not going to emulate. Like I know kissing is wrong. I know vampires is bad. I know werewolves is not real.
Anna Kendrick's not up there either, probably.
I know I'm not supposed to be attracted to Bella.
I know my attraction to Bella will not bite me in the ass down the road.
Absolutely not. Like I literally laid it out for them. And then my mom was like, okay. So we had to go on an airplane. And I was like, while we were on the airplane, because you have to be right beside me
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in public. So if something is bad on the screen that you don't want me to be seeing, I'm too embarrassed to watch that in public. So
Right.
that was the stipulation was we're in public. I'm watching this movie. So I got to put on and I watched New Moon. I had not seen the first one.
Oh, so you were so confused.
I was so confused. I'm on an airplane watching New Moon. Just my heart is pounding because I'm like, I know a sex scene is on its way and my
Mm-hmm.
mom's going to make me turn it off. And there were a few times when she was like, and I had to like kind of put my head down or pause the movie, fast forward, do
Pray
a
a little
little,
bit.
pray a little bit. But I did finish it, and then I was like, I'm in. No, I'm
Okay.
in.
Okay.
But I didn't. I still didn't get like obsessed. Like I wouldn't say I was a super like twihard as you would call
Is
them.
that the term?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's kind of good. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
it's cunty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have considered myself a twihard all the way, but like Hunger Games was my girl. Hunger Games was my
Oh,
bitch.
Hunger Games is still that bitch.
Oh
Let's be
yeah,
very
yeah.
clear.
No,
The
she
only
holds
one that's
up.
held up. The only one that's
She
held up.
holds the fuck up. But yeah, that was kind of my experience with it. And I was, you know, in my trying to be who I wasn't, I was team Jacob as a child. Just I'm gonna put that out
Okay.
there. And as I've grown, my thoughts have changed, and we'll get to
Also,
that.
if you started on New Moon, I think that is going to greatly.
Because that's like his movie.
That's his. I okay. I have only seen the first movie, and I think
Oh,
yeah, that got me in some trouble this week. We'll get to that. But as I understand it from the wealth of information I have received this week, that's Jacob's movie, and Edward is like gone for most of it. I don't know where
yeah.
he is, but
Yeah.
probably off like grooming more children or something.
No, that makes sense. Okay, I didn't even think about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. That's definitely why I was team Jacob.
Yeah,
And
it seems like the
I was like,
only
ew, Robert Pattinson is gross. But now I'm like, no, he was cuter.
is I okay, let's take things a
Yeah.
little out of order. This week, I posted a TikTok in which I informed people that there was never Team Edward and Team Jacob. There was only Team Edward and Team Taylor Lautner is hotter than Robert Pattinson. And that movement, Taylor Lautner being hotter than Robert Pattinson, is something I could hypothetically get behind. Now, I didn't say this in the video. I do think Robert Pattinson is hotter than Taylor Lautner,
Mm-hmm.
but
I do too.
I think you have more of a leg to stand on with that argument.
Mm-hmm.
So I have received a lot of information about Twilight in the past week. I also am going to see it in theaters on Wednesday. None of this I really plan to like line up, but
Damn.
my movie theater in town is showing Twilight this week, and so
It's
my
so fun to watch in a theater.
my best friend out here, Maddie, it's one of her favorite movies. She loves it, watches it all the time. Has like the Lego Colin house, like has all of that shit. So we are all going and ingesting and. Honestly, that's why I was like, let's not do the full movie today because I'm gonna fucking watch it on Wednesday anyway. But my exposure was also very minimal because that's the only movie I've ever seen. I only saw it for the first time. Well, I was in this apartment. So sometime in the past 3 years is the first
Oh
time
my
that I saw it.
God. Wow.
Yeah,
You made it a long time.
I know. So I was not allowed to watch it for obvious reasons.
Yes.
And also it was not, I didn't really have a argument when I wanted to watch it because that's a girl movie. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like the PG-13 movie I got to watch before I turned 13 was The Avengers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I saw The
Mm-hmm.
Avengers when I was 12. So
Yeah.
big money moves. But I never died on the Twilight Hill just because I knew how it would look. And also, God, when did it come out? Like 2008?
Something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2008. 2008. Twilight came out in 2008.
2008. Yeah,
As we
for
know,
sure.
as experts who have seen every movie and read every book multiple times, in order.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really was like, I need to see it because I was like, that's not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Mm-hmm.
girl things. And the last
Yeah.
thing I want to do is be a girl and now you catch
Yeah.
me on an alternating Wednesday and I'm like, she, her. So
Yeah.
anyway, I have not seen it. I also have not seen second, third, or fourth or fifth, right? Because Breaking Dawn, New Moon, which one is two parts? One of them's two parts. Breaking Dawn, I think, is
Yeah.
two parts.
Breaking
So
Breaking Dawn is two parts, but so I think there's four, right? There's the first and then there's
there's
New Moon
Twilight,
and
Eclipse, New Moon,
oh, I
Breaking Dawn
forgot
Part One,
about
Breaking Dawn Part
Eclipse.
Two. Don't look at it. I probably because you couldn't watch it because you're not supposed to stare directly at the eclipse.
Oh, fuck you. Why did it take me a second to get that joke?
I don't
I was like,
know.
what?
What? Huh?
Huh?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. But what I want to talk about is arguably not even arguably, objectively the gayest part in this movie,
Yeah.
the baseball scene.
Oh God. Yes. Yes.
If you have not seen the baseball scene, go to YouTube, look up Twilight baseball scene,
You can
watch all of
it.
Twilight, lock in on the baseball scene. you know the baseball
You
scene.
know the baseball
Everyone
scene,
knows the
baby.
baseball scene. It's a fun scene. It's a
It's a
wild
fun
scene.
scene.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't recall when this became gay culture, but the baseball scene of Twilight, not Twilight as a whole, I would say, but the baseball scene specifically, more specifically, probably Alice's leg in the baseball scene.
Mhm.
I don't know when that became gay culture. Do you have any frame of reference for that?
I don't. I don't know officially when it became gay
Okay.
culture, but I would venture to say it was the second she hoisted that leg up into the air.
Yeah. The second it was what, like 6:47 or
Yeah,
something on the clock. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, real quick rundown of Twilight. Bella has to pick between Edward and Jacob. Edward is a vampire, Jacob is a werewolf, and it really is never a choice because from the get-go it's a love story of Bella and Edward, and then Jacob is just kind of there to like rock the boat, cause
Yeah,
some uncertainty.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, give us, grounds for a threesome on AO3. Like I don't get, anyway, I don't get Team Jacob. But Bella is dating Edward, she goes out with his vampire family. Um, this is crazy. The setup for this is wild. It's not obviously his real family. It's the people that have been turned into vampires by the same vampire over like the
Hmm.
past 300 years, and they all live together, and
And they're all dating.
they're all dating, and they're all also going to high school and also dating high
Hmm.
schoolers. But like
Hmm.
Edward is 108,
Yeah.
but he looks 17, so I guess
How
it's
long have you
okay.
been 17?
I don't know what he says in response, but that's a wild line. So somehow that's all okay, and we're that's bad, and we're not gonna make any further progress on that. So we're just kind of rolling with that as a given. Jacob
Yeah.
is her own age, but he is a werewolf and wears an ugly wig in this movie. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't get the Jacob hype. I don't get the Jacob hype. But in this specific scene, the vampire family goes out to play baseball. Because there's a thunderstorm, and obviously they are all so good at baseball. They are all little baby girl Ruths that they have to
Mhm.
play during the thunderstorm because their bats hitting the ball sounds like thunder, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Okay.
when it crashes and like when the lightning goes, it like all amplifies, I guess. I don't it looks cool.
This scene, it looks really cool. It's shot, in my opinion, it might be the best shot scene in the movie. Not that it's a competition really, but like it's the most fun to watch, unless you
It
want to
is
count
really
like
fun to watch.
Hold On Tight Spider Monkey. But
No, don't even talk about that actually. I refuse. I refuse for that tonight.
okay, well then can I ask you a different question?
Yeah.
Why is it hot that they have to wait till a thunderstorm to play baseball? Because it makes the same sound as thunder when they hit the ball.
Because you know what it does? It evokes this like emotion, this thing that when you have a crush on somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you know how it's really hot when they like they know their shit, like they know things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna like drive us to," and then they just drive and they don't even use GPS.
I would use a different example, but I know the point you're trying to make. Yeah. When they drive a vehicle and they know the area well, you know how you want to fuck every single Uber driver? Bus drivers,
Okay.
bus drivers, mama, a bus driver,
Oh,
because they're also on time.
but I mean, like someone you're already attracted to.
Yes, absolutely. When someone pulls out like niche knowledge, I,
Yes,
for some
or they're
reason,
like really good at something. Like they have a talent, they can play an instrument, they
yes.
can like do something, and there's not like a like, oh, they might be bad at it. It's like no, they're good at it and they know it. I think it's that kind of thing.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go play when it's a thunderstorm because that's when it's the best. And then they just do it and they're like perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, you know,
Yeah. It's hot. They've had a lot of
it's hot.
practice. They've had a lot of years of practice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you What are your feelings of attraction to the baseball scene?
Um, see, that's a hard hitting question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you know me and my attraction. It's kind of all over the place, but it's pretty specific.
Yes.
It's like
It's all over the
masculinity.
place, but it's specific.
Sorry, I'm HI right now. I'm a little bit HI.
You are?
Yeah, a little, just a little.
I actually am not. This is like the first time I'm not, and you are.
I'm HI double hockey sticks.
Hill. You're on your hilling journey.
On my healing journey. But it's making me think more profoundly, I think.
Well, I feel like a bad host not joining you.
Yeah, yeah, bitch. Amen. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how your type of attraction is very broad and all over the place and also specific.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I'm like a lot of times attracted to masculinity, but not men.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, same.
I am also like weirdly every once in a while I'll just have like a girl who does it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a girl who does
Mm-hmm.
it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like a she, her,
Um
hers.
like a she her hers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um and so I think for this scene in particular, I was getting a lot of I think it was almost I had too many options and then I found
Okay.
myself not really attracted to anyone there.
Like everyone was viable. So you got like so overstimulated, you just became like celibate.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Okay.
not
Okay.
everyone was viable. I would say what's his name? The big guy, Jasper.
Wait, hang on.
No.
I have a list. Let me tell you.
Is that his name? The one who dates the blonde girl.
No,
I
that's
would kiss
Emmett.
her. Okay,
Emmett
Emmett.
is dating Rosalie.
Mhm.
Jasper's the one with the worst wig.
Okay, but I think he's cute.
He's
So
cute. That
I think
wig is
he's
just
cute.
terrible.
I think that Rosalie's gorge. I think that
Mhm.
Alice is fun in a quirky bisexual way.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't date her. She doesn't give me like
No.
my vibes, but I think she's fun.
Alice gives me like
Um,
very successful friends with benefits vibes. Like no
yeah.
part like she would do really well in a relationship where like emotions are not
Oh
really
yeah, yeah, which I think is what
involved.
she's in this. That's what she's in.
Wait, is she dating a brother too?
Yeah,
Is she
yeah.
dating Badwig?
She's dating Badwig. They're all paired off.
Wow. So somewhere between the two of them, there's a normal hairstyle. Like their kid will have
Mm-hmm.
normal hair.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's nice to know.
hopefully. Um, but yeah, I think like yeah, I don't find necessarily a lot of so it's gay for me, not in the way that I am feeling very gaily attracted to these people. It's gay for me in the way that I feel most myself when I'm watching it.
Okay,
I feel
absolutely.
celebrated.
Low-key, it's a pride parade. It's a pride celebration of pride.
Yeah, definitely.
You may as well have replaced that baseball with the first brick at
Mm-hmm.
Stonewall.
And you know what I think it is actually why I feel that way? Because one of the first times I really, really watched Twilight was at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in like 2019. And when the baseball scene came on, it was
Mm-hmm.
like there was like a really famous band on stage. Like
People went
everyone
crazy.
stood up and started screaming. I've never seen so many gay people be happy at once in my entire life. You know,
Isn't it
girl moves
annoying?
from small town and finds happy gay people. And I
Is
was
this what
like,
Pink Pony Club is about?
that was my Pink Pony Club moment. So I think that's why I feel that way. They were all
Your
screaming,
Pink
hooping, and
Pony
hollering.
Your Pink Pony Club is watching Twilight in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and mine's getting roofied
Yeah, in the actual Pink Pony Club. Yeah.
in the actual Pink Pony Club. Oh my god. Okay, that's just my question because there's something about that scene that's going to pull you in every time, and maybe it's like
Yes.
the weird CGI running baseball super
Yeah.
speed, some people normal speed thing that they have going on,
Yeah.
but something about that scene really does pull you in, and it really does
Mm-hmm.
just.
There's something
I,
about
I
Mary.
flooded my basement.
Oh, yeah.
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 Uh,
Over anyone in particular, though, or just over
okay,
how beautiful it is?
let's see. Okay, so Alice, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
she
No, I can see that for you.
she would not give me the time of day, and that's fine. That's so
Mm-hmm.
fine. Why would I bother her? Nope, that's fine. I'm sorry for being a burden. You do your thing, girl. Um, Jasper, I want to shave his head and then have it grow back normal, and then
But
I'll
he'd
be
do in a
fine.
pinch.
He would. Jasper's the epitome of would do in a pinch.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is he the Confederate?
I don't know,
because
but
that
maybe.
it would have to be a slightly bigger pinch if he was a Confederate.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Like last man on earth vibes.
yeah, no, I don't know. One of them, either Jasper or Emmett. Maybe Emmett's the Confederate. One of
It
them.
feels more like Emmett.
Okay, one of them fought on the wrong side of the Civil War, and people are
Uh-oh.
probably yelling it at me now. Guess what? I don't even care because they're both at the bottom of my list. Um, and then above that would probably be Esme, the mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
I,
She is stunning. I just had like a big brain realization that
pray do tell.
also people are going to be yelling at me when I say this. And guys, I was not a twihard, I already told you. So
Yeah,
it's okay that I'm still having these
and
realizations at
I
my
was not
grown
a
age.
twink.
You're not a twank. So his mom's name is
Mhm.
Esme.
Oh
Her
my
mom's
god,
name is
girl,
Renee.
that's how they
That's
get fucking Loch Ness monster.
Renesmee.
Yeah, if this was not someone else's child, I would make you insert a picture right here of this baby I saw at the airport one time who looked exactly like Renesmee. And not in a good way. I would never do that to someone's kid, but I'll text it to
God.
you on the side, girl.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
You nicknamed my
Anyway.
daughter after the Loch Ness monster?
Sorry, I just had that big brain, like brain opened up wide, and I just realized that.
That's
So
crazy. Anyway, so yeah, Esme's probably like third from the bottom.
mhm.
Uh Directly above that is probably, I would say, Rosalie. I'm attracted to her in the same way that I am attracted to Sabrina Carpenter, which is I look at Sabrina Carpenter and I feel the way that a like cis het he him feels about Sabrina Carpenter.
Mhm.
But I know that if I were to ever meet her, I would be like so intimidated by her that my only option would be to queen out. Like I would
Yeah.
immediately go like full flaming homo. Like I'll be like, "Yes,
Yeah.
mama. Get
Yeah.
it. Go girl." Like I would yeah, so she's high on the list for me, but I don't think I would stick the landing
No.
necessarily.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I don't know if I would park that Big Mac truck right in the little garage
Mhm.
if you catch my drift.
Right.
So then after that we have the dad, Carlisle. Absolutely. Mainly because I was attracted to him on Nurse Jackie, but I would still do him now.
Mm. He freaks me out a little, I'll say it.
Yeah. Okay. If you see him not in his crazy fucking vampire makeup, he's hot.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, and also he was younger on Nurse Jackie. So it's like a younger, like, doctor, him who like runs around with his pager. I think that's hot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. If
Once
you want to
again,
get my
someone being
pants,
good at something,
yeah.
someone like having,
Yes.
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
If you want to get my pants off, I guess run around in front of me with a pager.
Okay.
Yep.
Noted.
Yeah. And then probably
Duly
Alice
noted.
Edward. And I don't really
Okay.
have to explain those. I feel like those are just top of the pyramid.
Where does Bella fall for you?
Bella could fall wherever she wanted. I
Okay.
don't think I would be seeking it out, but should the situation arise, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially Kristen Stewart, that's a different story. I'm banging down her door. I'm coming in her window. I'm living in her walls.
See, she
But
doesn't do it for me. And I know that's interesting
shaved
because
head
she has
Kristen
like
Stewart in Underwater,
I've never seen that.
not a good movie, but she looks so hot in that movie.
I, she doesn't do it for me. I think even in her more quote unquote mask stages of life, didn't
Mhm.
do it for me.
Okay.
I think when I was watching her in this, I was like, you are truly so fucking gorgeous, but not in a like, you know?
Yeah. That's kind of it for the baseball. Like, who do you want to fuck? Are you attracted to it? I
Yeah,
guess
it's the kick. It's all about the kick.
it's all about the kick. I mean, if you haven't seen this, first of all, go watch it. You know how this podcast works by this point. But Alice does this high kick. If it's a clock, I'm feeling really confident about 647.
Yeah,
Like one
that
leg's a
sounds
little
right.
bit out, the other one is pretty much, like a diagonal into the ground. It's incredible.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that for any reason. Also, I think they may just use the same shot every time she pitches the ball because she's
I
doing the same
believe
thing
they
with her
do.
leg.
I believe they do.
Okay. It's like in Divergent when they use that same scream like 3 times in the same scene or
Mhm.
whatever.
She said,
Okay.
I only have one good one of these in me, and you're going to use it over and
Yeah.
over.
And she throws the ball like a gay boy, is how I
Oh, yeah.
noticed, because she throws the ball gay as hell every time.
That's why it's so gay.
Because of
It's
how
like,
she throws the ball?
just generally, this is gay people playing a sport. It's like more theatrical.
Duh.
Like it's more fun. It has like a different element. So like the storm element, like it's different.
In the
It's
super
like good but
speed.
different. And they're not bad. Gay people, guess what? Can be good at fucking sports.
I was literally gonna be like, are bad, but yeah, we they can be bad people and good at sports. Who's a gay
Yeah.
person who's good at a sport?
Aren't there like several NFL players recently that have come out of the closet? Like that one guy
Yeah,
from The
but
Bachelor.
I'm not keeping up with that. He's not. He was on The Bachelor. He's not a sports person. The Bachelor is not a sport.
Yeah, but he was a sport guy.
That Colton guy, Colton Underdog or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
he was a football player.
homo.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
And then there, what? Who were the two? Gus Kenworthy and Adam Rippon.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Obviously, I
yeah.
remember
But
those from like 2018 Olympics because that was
ice
like revolutionary.
skaters, come on.
Okay, that's Adam Rippon. Gus Kenworthy's like a downhill skier.
Yeah, no, him. But
Yeah,
I mean, Adam, come on. He's
a gay
gay.
ice skater. Yeah, shocking.
Shocking.
It's like a gay vampire. Fucking dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That yeah, the leg is what's cunty, and you're so right. It is like gay people because when what really got me going was when the maybe Confederate and Edward were running for the same ball and they jumped really high in the air and then they hit each other in the
Yep.
air and
Yep.
then they fell to the
Yep.
ground. That
Yeah.
was hey, stay on top
Yeah.
of each other a little longer.
Hey, keep
It's
going.
fine. Yeah.
Keep kissing. Oh,
Hey, I paused the movie. I got out my like peach colored crayon. I drew a few things on the screen. Sue me.
oh, bitch.
I am like intrigued by the world of Twilight fan fiction because knowing how unhinged those people are,
oh, yeah.
fucking crazy. Which
I've read my fair share.
I think I need to. I think I want to. I don't think I need to. I think I want to.
Yeah.
My one of my friends from work, every time we find like an absolutely unhinged fanfic, we'll send it to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's truly some of the most like vile, disgusting things you've ever read. And
Absolutely.
we'll like get on a call and be like, oh my God, do you read this? Do you read that? Do you read about his stomach exploding because of all of the cum they pumped inside of him?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm. Like
crazy
his
fucking
like
shit.
have you read tentacle porn before?
I yes, duh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just making sure. I was just
Yeah.
making sure. Yeah, no, I know that's like normal. I know that's totally normal.
I feel like it is for our generation. Maybe this is a hot take, but like I feel like you dive into some crazy fucking shit
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, that's not for me. But I feel like it does make you okay with the kinks you do have that like maybe aren't typical or
Ooh.
normal.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
would
like
agree with
our
that.
generation is much more like kink open.
Yeah, I
Like,
think I would agree with that because
yeah.
yeah, I read some good ass tentacle porn on Tumblr at age 10 and I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm better for it.
Yeah. Not into tentacles, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So baseball scene is like short, sweet, but effective. It's
Mm-hmm.
like good quick head, not bad quick head. It's like good quick head, you know? You
Mm-hmm.
leave feeling recharged, you're ready to
Mm-hmm.
endure whatever else is to come.
Get
But
exactly what you needed.
yeah, you got exactly what you needed and you're moving on. So the rest of the Twilight saga does occur. Spoiler alert, Bella ends up with Edward because that is the arc of the goddamn narrative.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this week I posted a TikTok saying that there is no Team Edward and Team Jacob. There was Team Edward and Team Taylor Lautner's hotter than Robert Pattinson.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Yeah.
People are all worked up in a tizzy right now. I have endured 321 comments so far of people expressing their opinions, not only about Twilight, but about the Hunger Games, something called The Summer I Turned Pretty, and there was someone else in here. But people have really just taken this to like discuss the situation where they're trying to pull off a love triangle and it's clearly
Yeah.
not possible. So they just cast someone super fucking hot in the
Mm-hmm.
other part to make it seem like this is actually a debate.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Twilight historian. I have some information here that I'm excited to share with you. But you only got into them as the movies were coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that begged the question for me. Was there Team Edward, Team Jacob before the movies?
Oh,
Pre-Taylor Lautner, was there Team Edward, Team Jacob?
that is a good question. I would say there probably wasn't. I know I read some of your comments, and there was a person in there saying, like, well, but you haven't read the books. So I guess the argument is that Jacob has more substance maybe in the books or more time, but I, I just don't feel like if I'm reading this, I don't feel like I'm necessarily going to be like, oh, she could end up with that guy too.
Right.
I think the only time I felt that way was pre Edward. Like when she first meets him,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, cute. Oh, cute. Like they
Right.
played when they were little together. And I think like anytime I was like, oh, this is cute, like they vibe, they mesh
Mm-hmm.
is before she meets Edward. And then it's kind of like once she meets Edward, I'm like, oh, well, that's her guy.
That's her guy. They have the thing. I don't know what the thing
Yeah,
is,
they have
but
the
they have the
thing.
thing. This girl was like, see, I disagree because in the books, Bella falls in love with Jacob as well. She's infatuated with Edward because she doesn't want to be human and he can
Mm-hmm.
relieve her of that burden. She loves Jacob. Oh, there's Seymour. She loves Jacob because he's able to understand her and allow her to stay in her world while adding love to it, which is lacking. So one girl was like, she didn't fall in love with Jacob. And then we have like 7 paragraphs from the other girl, from the original
You have
commenter.
caused infighting
I have blown up the Twilight fandom.
during
Also,
Pride Month,
yeah.
mind you.
Also, Taylor Lautner's wife commented on this. The other Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner too.
Did I start beef with the Taylor's Lautner?
No, I think hers was a ha 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 in support. I think it
Oh,
was
no,
a
I agree.
this is cute ha 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 ha.
Well, also, I don't watch or listen to their podcast. I'll check it out, but like I've seen clips and like they're pretty lighthearted about the shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried I actually offended Taylor Lautner. I'm a little worried that I've been perceived by Taylor Lautner. I'll say
Mm-hmm.
that gives me a little trepidation.
Mm-hmm.
But
Ooh, if you guys are listening, the Taylor Lautners of the world, the two of you, Taylor Lautner times two, we could trade. We'll listen to your podcast if you listen to ours.
yeah, oh my god. Or we'll let you host an episode of our podcast if you let us
If you
us
let
host an episode of yours.
yes,
Clearly
tradesies,
that does more for you than it does for us, but we're willing to make that
but we're
sacrifice.
willing to do that. So clearly you're a fan. So you're
Clearly you're a fan because you
all up in
won't.
my girls' comments over here.
Yeah. If anyone has a message for Taylor Lautner, let me know. I'll just like run it up the poll.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the ones that I really wanted to share, I'm gonna read a couple comments, but the one that I really wanted to share said from Sarah croissant emoji. Sarah
That's
said,
cute.
yeah, I read the books as they came out. My age is showing. And unfortunately, they definitely had Team Jacob before they cast the movies. Not sure why or how, but they existed.
Okay.
So I'm inclined to believe that one because it's someone who is Team Edward still admitting that Team Jacob exists. Because
Yeah.
y'all are getting catty in these comments. People are lying for no reason.
So that's so interesting because I truly thought that like what you said was common knowledge. And I thought that we
Yeah.
all had that flip. Like I thought when you were younger, you were kind of, oh, Team Jacob, duh, because Taylor
Yeah.
Lautner, look how cute he is. And then as soon as you kind of got any wits about you, you were like, oh,
Oh,
it's
does no one
Edward.
get tropes? Like, that's my question. Does no one get tropes? Does
Right.
no one get like storytelling? Because, like, Mama, you wanted to fuck a plot device,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. No, that's the perfect way to say it. It's just jarring to hear, but
Yeah,
yes,
he's a
you
plot
want her
device,
to fuck a plot device.
right? And the real one is always better.
If they talked like this in English class, we would all be smarter.
We would all be smarter.
We would all
Let
be
me
super
say,
well read.
and well read as well, Mama.
What?
Like you would be well read, like a book, but then I would also read you.
Read you. Okay.
Yeah.
The library is closed.
Yeah, the library's closed because we're both a little HI double hockey stick.
A little HI double hockey stick. Double hockey stick. One double hockey stick, please.
One double hockey stick, please.
Yeah. Because I said HI double hockey stick.
Oh, one double hockey stick, two hockey, two stick.
Yeah. If I have another episode where I have a laugh cry, it's over for me. I can't do this on the
No,
internet.
no. I mean, stop hanging out with a gay comic then. What's the deal with airline food? I always have to douche after I eat it. This is me doing gay comedy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. The other thing about this discourse that shocked me,
Mhm.
I guess I never really thought about this because I don't have to have a firm answer about it. But people are very clear on whether or not they want to fuck a werewolf or a zombie, not a zombie.
A vampire? Zombie.
I think zombies bottom of the list for everyone. Because
I
what
think
if it falls
zombie
off
is
inside you? How are you getting it out?
bottom of the list.
28 days
Okay,
later, you're still fishing for that.
you know what? This actually, I think that like I'm sometimes more inclined to vampires in my like since I turned like 20, I've been very vampire centric.
Okay.
However, I think have we all seen My Fiance? That's a little
Yes.
werewolf.
Yeah.
That's a werewolf,
Yes.
as they call it in my parts. A wolf.
A wolf. You don't have some dumb name for it like wood booger?
Just a wolf.
You don't have like branch nugget or something?
Oh my God. You're on fire tonight, Queen.
No, I think you're just HI double hockey stick.
Oh. Guys, we are officially putting that into the dictionary of us, into our
Yes.
vocabulary for this podcast. If you are ever under the influence of a little bit of the devil's lettuce, you are, say it with me,
HI
double
double
hockey
hockey stick.
sticks.
Sticks.
Stick.
Oh, we're doing plural now.
Oh, let's do one stick.
HI double hockey stick. I think
You are
this is
HI double
terrifying.
hockey stick.
I agree with that because that's honestly, I think this is the longest I've gone in an episode without being HI double hockey stick. So
Yeah.
shout out
yeah,
us.
I fall very midway through the spectrum of vampire and werewolf. I think they are
Okay.
both very hot, very attractive creatures.
I think that's weird that people know their answers to that question because
Oh,
I guess I would pick a vampire, but that's because I don't want to be like flossing with wolf pubes for like 3 weeks after the fact.
bitch.
You, I haven't
Yeah.
seen, I, when
No,
they're in
yeah.
werewolf form, they don't manscape.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. No, you're correct.
There's no like werewolf groomers. Oh my God. Imagine, those like collars that they put on dogs when they're like rowdy on the shaving table.
Yeah.
Imagine a werewolf on one of those.
No, I don't want to actually.
Okay.
And that kind of ruins some of my fantasies.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'll forgive it. Anyway, I guess vampire, but like vampires to me are like old and saggy.
Yeah. Have you watched True Blood?
I have. I have
True Blood.
I have not watched all of it. I think I'm still on season
Neither.
1.
Me too.
But the vampires in True Blood do it for me. But the werewolves in Teen Wolf do it for me.
Yeah,
So
I think it's just it
but
really
they
just
never
depends on the
fully
situation.
really turn into wolves in Teen Wolf because they ran out of the budget for that after season 1.
Yes, I don't like a full wolf. I like someone who gives me the vibe that you could turn into a wolf, but you're not going to turn into a full wolf.
Shocking. Jade likes people in the middle of the spectrum. Revolutionary. Oop. Groundbreaking news tonight. So yeah, that shocked me because people in the comments were like, obviously I was team Jacob because I'm team werewolf. And I'm like, are all team Jacob's furries now?
Okay, this is an interesting
What's the Twilight to
conversation.
furry life pipeline?
Oh, big,
Okay.
big, huge, probably. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm guessing. But I think that this is an interesting conversation because if you were to ask me, I would guess that people only know their answer, like who would I choose, a werewolf or a vampire, because of like Twilight's impact.
Oh, right.
So that's
Right.
interesting that someone could use their logic of, well, duh, I was a werewolf person, so I was Team Jacob.
Well, I guess if you have like an innate attraction to one of them, maybe we're giving too much like credit into like the attraction into these like
Mhm.
fictional characters. But I guess like Twilight could have made you realize that you had a
Yeah.
preference, because before Twilight, I wasn't like, do I want to fuck a vampire or a werewolf? I was sad and thought I was straight. So I wasn't really
Yeah.
thinking about that. But that would have opened my eyes to the question. I
Yeah.
I used to have a few furries I could ask, but my ex got all the furries in the breakup, so I don't have anyone I can ask anymore.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. They were really good at Fortnite. Um, one of the top comments is from Kenzie with an I, and they say, I always said I'm Team Edward for Bella. I want Jacob, and I stand by that. And that
Mm,
is the second most like comment behind one about Hunger Games. So like I think that kind of I'm taking as the consensus, which means I was right. It means
yeah.
that it's Team Taylor Lautner is hotter than Robert Pattinson, which again, Taylor Lautner release a movie where you have a threesome with yourself, and I'll let you know who's hotter. But as of right now, only Robert Pattinson's done that. So of course Robert Pattinson is hotter to me.
Yeah. I want to talk about this comment. It is from Shy Did Onum.
Shitted on him?
I don't think well, maybe. Her comment says the same way it was never PETA versus Gale, and it
Mm-hmm.
was always PETA versus Liam Hemsworth being taller than Josh Hutcherson. And that is facts, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I personally was always Team PETA from the beginning to the end, in the books, in the movies, everything, period.
Mm-hmm.
Tall men is not a thing that appealed to me. Wonder why.
Hmm.
Um, Big, tall, strong man didn't really appeal to me. And I could not figure out why everyone wanted her to be with Gail. I was like, guys, shut up. He is so annoying. I wanted her to
Yes.
be with PETA.
Yes, because that's who the book set her up to be with.
Exactly. And that's who she's supposed to be with.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, why do we want her to fuck? Say it with me. A plot device.
Oh, I forgot I said that.
Well, you really did the Lord's work.
I know,
Lord
and I
with an E, Lord
Lord with an E.
E.
Yeah, I really did
Lord's work
MDMA
this
in the
week.
back garden with this one.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's not my community, and it's always a community that I've
Mm-hmm.
laughed at. It was kind of easy for me to just like throw a grenade in there and run away. You know,
Yeah, it was,
it's
and it
kind of
worked.
fun. It's like sometimes when I like am watching like a sporting game, I'll just like yell something random. Like
Yeah,
they'll say someone's name and I'll be like, oh, go him. And then I'll leave the room
right.
and
You know
listen
that
to the
moment
argument.
when
Yeah.
you're watching a sporting game? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Me when
love
I'm
that
watching
moment.
sports. So
That's
I
fierce.
think I was just trolling the Twilight community because it's been a minute and y'all
Yeah.
deserved it.
No,
Y'all
that's
deserved
valid.
it. So I I'm blown away by it. And that PETA versus Liam Hemsworth thing, I stand by that. Whatever the summer I turned pretty is, people are really passionate about
It's a
that in the
show.
comments.
I haven't seen it, but
Okay.
it's a
Well, yeah,
show on
isn't it like a
Amazon,
little
I
kids
think.
show? Isn't it like a Disney Channel show?
No, 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 no. I mean, I think it's like an Outer Banks type situation. So they're probably
Oh,
like
so it's a little
younger
kids show.
adults,
Yeah.
probably like high school or early
Okay.
college age
Yeah.
kids. But
Yeah.
no, you started some interesting conversations. I'm having a great time reading through everyone's thoughts and feelings. So keep bringing them on, girls.
Always. And I'll throw a few more grenades into other fandoms. If you have like if you have problematic takes that I can make and just throw into a community, like a fandom community, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, let me know and I will gladly do it.
Yeah, you can be
I
like the Robin Hood of like throwing grenades into fan communities.
I can be the Osama bin Laden of Comic Con.
I gotta go.
You can cut that.
I gotta go.
You can cut that.
Fucking hell.
Do you want to do marketable traits?
Let's do marketable
Let's
traits.
market some traits, mama.
Who is today's marketable trader?
This marketable trader, who, by the way, you can submit your marketable traits. There's a link. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link right below. If you're on Spotify, just go to our Instagram at Bimbo Book Club Pod. There's a story highlight. It's like you click a link and you type in the sentence and you're done. So it's fun. And then we're going to review them and we're going to give our thoughts on how you can address this red flag or rework this red flag to just be a green flag. Like you don't even have to work on yourself. There's no self-improvement necessary.
Amen.
We may give advice for self-improvement. That is up to you. You don't even have to do it. But this week's trader said that they forget to answer texts for weeks at a time.
I am so guilty of this. I'm so guilty of this. It's disgusting.
Okay. See, obviously I was going to say I am too. And I didn't know if you were because like I also don't respond to you for weeks. So when you don't, or before we did this, I guess I wouldn't respond to you for like weeks and then I would. So when you
Yeah.
would do the same, I was like, oh, that's just me like reaping what I sow. I didn't know how you were with other people. And
Horrible,
okay,
horrible,
same.
absolutely terrible dog shit, horrible.
How many unread text messages do you have in your phone right now?
Well, that's the problem. I read them, I go, put it away.
Oh, okay. I have 155.
Damn. See, maybe it annoys me to look at the number,
Mm-hmm.
but I should do that. I should mark them as unread until I respond because I'm telling you, sometimes it's not even like I don't feel like texting right now. It is
Right.
I literally read it. I have a response and I'm like doing something. I'm like working or I'm like working on something
Mm-hmm.
else. And I'm like, that is so funny. Oh my God. And then I go to my other tab and then I just totally forget to respond. So
Oh,
I need to
because you're
start
on a
marking.
Mac, so it's coming through on the computer too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of times when I'm not answering your text, anyone, it's because I'm like working and I see it come through on my computer. I read it and I'm like, I can't wait to respond to that. And
Yeah.
then I don't.
Very fair. I mean, to get to the solutions that you may not take, but we can always recommend,
Yeah.
we overcame that. The reason that we finally decided to start a podcast again together is because we were sending each other 30-minute voice memos. We would send each
Yes.
other 30-minute voice memos once a week,
Yeah.
every other
At
week.
least. Yeah.
Like, but it was just like a real like long catch up. We would take notes. I still find notes around my like
Mm-hmm.
apartment of just like shit I wrote down
Same.
from your thing and then like threw to the side. I had one sticky note on my computer for the longest time that said, I will call an ambulance for you in all caps. And I really
Mm-hmm.
have my fingers crossed that that was in response to one of your voice memos because I don't
Yeah.
know who else I was supposed to call an ambulance for.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's hope.
let's, but in
Yeah.
terms of how to make this a green flag, I do this all the time. You can identify the important conversations and you can identify the filler conversations.
Yes. Yes. Because I think this is something we used to talk about a lot before we started doing this. So we do communicate a lot more now. Like,
Yes.
because it's like we're on timelines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like I think there's a difference in just being completely non-responsive
Mm-hmm.
and being a little bit like bleh. And I think if you're a person that forgets for weeks at a time, I don't doubt that if someone texted you and they really, really needed something, they really, really, really needed, unless it really, truly just slipped your mind,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't doubt that you would respond to that person. So I think it is honestly about where your personal boundaries and priorities are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's really important because some might say, like, oh, well, it takes 2 seconds to respond to a text. But if you can't do it right in that moment, that's okay, you
Right.
know? And then a product of that might be forgetting to respond for another week. But you're doing what you need to do. And I don't really see the harm in it. In fact, I think it shows me that you kind of have your personal boundaries and priorities in place. Maybe you're focused on work that week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're focused on family that week. Maybe you're
Mm-hmm.
focused on your partner that week. Maybe you're focused on a different friend that week. Like,
Right.
I think it shows that you know where to put your priorities. Now, if you just don't respond to people ever, then you're a bitch. But
Right. You also, so I'm probably leaning more towards the bitch side with that, which is fine. I've never claimed to be a good person. I'm at peace with that. But I know where my energy is well spent. And I
yeah.
know, one, I know when someone will not let a conversation end. The
Mm,
bane of my existence,
mm,
and this is not to deter people who haven't reached out to me from reaching out to me, but when someone reaches out for like a legitimate question, hey, I knew you had this picture. Do you have it? Whatever, things like that. And then they try to keep the conversation going. And it's really evident that like the spark just isn't there or whatever.
yeah.
Like that, or it's just not the place for that conversation, or like you need to
Yeah.
do a call to catch up, or you need to do whatever to catch up. I hate
Yeah.
that. If you need something from me, hey, would love to catch up soon. Give me a call if you have time. Do you have this? That's
Mm,
fine. I'm not going to take it
okay.
personally. So people who you keep people around who know your worth, because the people that keep texting you, they know it's not personal. They know that your brain is
Yeah.
funky. They know that sometimes you get overstimulated by the drive home and you forget
Right.
that they texted you.
And see and that's what it always is with me, and that's what I'm assuming it is with this trader is that it's like it truly means nothing about
Mm-hmm.
how I feel about you as a person or as a friend. It is just true. I forgot. And
I
it's also,
forgot.
I probably read it and I probably responded in my head. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm also thinking of what I'm going to say. And then I just fucking forget. And I do need to work on that. I will say, sometimes maybe I can work on that a little. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think you are a very self sufficient person. I'll say that.
Absolutely.
I'll say that.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. You are so self-sufficient.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You're self-sufficient and you know how to delegate energy and you know how to identify important situations.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to take a stab at fixing it, voice memos really work well for me. I think it does mean you're a good communicator in certain aspects because people are still reaching out. People are still
Yeah.
texting. People are still expecting these things from you, but there's always room for improvement. I'm not going to do anything about it though, but if this trader wants to, they can go ham. You know what? No, live on the pod, I'm going to pick one random unread text message and I am going to reply.
Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, I haven't responded to this person I'm house sitting for. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say,
Respond to them.
sounds good. We'll make a plan closer.
Perfect.
All right. Well, this was a Twilight baseball, Twilight Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Absolutely.
Twilight fandom is insane. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bimbo Book Club Pod. That's where our marketable trait sheet is linked. You can DM us on there for case suggestions. And other than that, check us out on Spotify. If you got a Spotify, just subscribe. You don't even have to listen there. If you can download things, download the episodes. That helps us. And rate us.
Please.
And then like and subscribe, comment, do all those things here. Live free, twi hard, and
Bad girls do it well.
kissies to my little baby
Little baby
fishies.
fishies. Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Oh, wait. You had tea.
Oh yeah. I
Whoa.